Alright, we are starting the Inaya day over again. So this might be boring, but Lego. Because I want to see what other ending I can get. I'm being selfish. Alright. You got a fast car. So I'm gonna try to go to my place. Alright. Oh god, his name. Arihai? I don't know. Anyways, and then he had the audacity to kiss me. Can you believe the things that happened to me? Lord, I should have slapped him across the face. Uh-huh. That's nice. Amari, are you listening to me? Yes, of course I am. Alright, well, blatant lies aside, I suppose I appreciate your willingness to let me rant. You're always a hair's breadth from blowing up on the nearest person, and I don't know if it's Arihai. I'm gonna say Arihai. I've done switched up their names so many times. I'm gonna go Arihai. It's just unpleasant all around. It's not like either of you have any redeeming qualities, let alone other friends to hold hostages. You're definitely the only person Arihai can rant to, so that's not saying anything special at all. Wait, why are you talking about yourself like this? The ease with which self-deprecation eases into your thoughts is unsettling. I was thinking about getting a new bookshelf for my office. They're having a furniture sale at Gracie's. If you want to come with, I remember you mentioning that you wanted a front table. You do not have to come though. That's totally Arahai's way of asking you to go furniture shopping with him. He could never just outright say he wants to have company. He has to jump through a million hoops justifying why he wants to spend time with someone he loves and explain it so that he doesn't sound like a mushy-gushy bleeding heart who actually believes in the power of friendship. Anuki would probably be Anuki would probably describe him as tsundere. They taught you what that word meant a few days ago, and now you can't stop associating it with Arahai. That's beside the point though. You know Arahai doesn't mean any harm, and it's endearing when he gets like this, but it's time to shake the table. Maybe you should be mischievous for a change. Keep him on his toes, have him dig for the meaning in your words. You purposely switch back to your preoccupied expression. Instead of responding, you tap your fingers against the arm of your chair, letting the low rumble of Arahai's voice wash over you. I've got a plan. What? You heard what I said. Whoa, did you just channel some Arahai just then? Scary shit. This is probably the first time Arahai's plan has been answered with a plan. Now he has to use his mega mind brain to come up with a plan for your plan after he already planned the plans My bad. Plans he planned. His brain has to work overtime trying to figure out where exactly this conversation is going. He's probably going to be so annoyed, but you know he lives for this kind of mental gymnastics. You can vividly picture him inside your head, wearing a solid black singlet and some loose shorts, standing atop of Alonzo's hot pink gym mats, doing a standing high leg, bent knee hamstring stretch, trying to outthink you. The mental image is so endearing that a smile teases your lips. In regular Arahai fashion, he arches a brow and clears his throat. He probably thinks you're laughing at him. Furniture shopping is fun. I agree, Habibi. I was not arguing, it's just that you can be so adorable sometimes. Or rather, you can't help but cherish the moments where Arahai's tough exterior cracks and you get a glimpse at the mellow man within. Truly, you're grateful for his friendship. You're honored that you get to call him your best friend. He can be a little rough around the edges, who can't, but quite quiet and gentle too. You can't put Arahai in a box. There's a lot more to him than people think. For example, he has many layers. Like an onion, he makes you cry, and even when you leave him out in the sun for too long, he starts sprouting little white hairs. Not everyone likes onions, but everybody likes cakes, and cakes have layers. I'd take you across the globe with the boys and I if I had the means. In fact, the place I have in mind is not far off from the furniture store. Arahai gives you that look, you know the one. His eyes are scooping yours out of your skull, not only judging your life choices, he's judging your soul. Deadpan, arms folded, a subtle lean into your direction. The judge, jury, and executioner are right here in the middle of your living room. It's moments like these where you realize you and Arahai are polar opposites, where he's fire, you're ice, and you complement each other so well. Sorry, my nose is stepped up. He's the perfect amount of ridiculous to balance out your control freak tendencies. Amhari, it's nearly sundown on a Friday. What fun thing could we possibly do? I'm glad you asked. Rubs hands like Birdman. I'm sorry. I hate you. You love me. I despise you. I love you more. I abhor you. I don't know what that word means, but I adore you to pieces. Of course you know what the word means. You're a teacher, for goodness sake. You just love to mess with him. You know he knows you know. He endlessly compliments you on your intellectualism. Your memory isn't the greatest, but you could swear he said you're one of the few people worthy enough to convert the same oxygen that he does into carbon dioxide. Is that even possible? Who knows? What you do know is that you're equal in his eyes, which is the highest praise coming from a Arahai Cooper. Come on, we used to go here all the time. You mean you used to drag me here all the time? And we had fun. Did I have fun though? I must have forgotten that part in between all the miserable small talk I made with drunk strangers. I don't exactly do well at lesbian bars, Amhari. Oh, like you do well at straight bars? Arahi Cooper, forced to come to terms with the fact that he has as much game as belly button lint. You have to pat yourself on the back for that one. Now that you and Arahai could been hanging out more often, you've been witting your wit like a knife. Your comebacks are like punches to the jaw. You have your mentor to thank for that. Speaking of Arahai, he turns his back on you and enters the club. You smile as he bundles the detritus of his ego and takes it with him, where what's left of it will be pounded into dust because he can't engage in polite conversations, especially with strangers. I'm so sorry, my nose is fucked. By the end of the night, you'll be peeling him off the floor and carrying him bridal style to the car so you can drive him home. No, we won't. You're surrounded by women. Well, mostly women, which isn't surprising at a lesbian bar. This is a sanctuary, a safe place for all, and it fills you with a kind of excitement you haven't felt in a long time. All these pretty faces in the world, and you're still brooding over me, no fun allowed, nor leave it to the club to remind you that you can have whoever you want. The world is your oyster. Yeah, it was a good idea to come here. As you take in the throng of people, you notice there's quite a few couples enjoying their time together. You go from high as a kite to bitter in the blink of an eye. All the character development you just went through got deleted, as if whoever's writing this route just mashed the backspace button key in reckless abandon. You click your tongue against the roof of your mouth and walk towards the bar so you can get something to drink. Hi, do you have any non-alcoholic seltzers available? I can get you a La Cruz if you want. Do you have anything that tastes good? I mean, I guess I can get you a non-alcoholic Black Claw. That would be thanks. Wow, that would be thanks. That would be great, thanks. The drink ended up costing 10 entire dollars, which seems like a lot for a can of Black Claw. I mean, it technically is, because White Claw, I mean, come on now. But you aren't going to complain about it. You leave your card up so you can start a tab. Hydration is vital after all. You don't mind it here, but the music is far too loud, so loud in fact that you can feel the beginnings of a panic attack coming on. And you know what's good at stopping impending panic attacks? Taking your mind off the thing that's giving you a panic attack, so your thoughts don't start spiraling and going from this music is too loud to the FBI is right outside the club with a battering ram and is coming to arrest Arahai and I, because a balled up receipt fell out of his pocket and neither of us noticed, and now we're both facing 20 years to life for littering. Instead of fearing the music, you decided to become the music. The beat of your heart synchronized to the angular low bitrate sounds of Pulse X blaring through the speakers. I don't know, but this music's lit. It starts with a small bounce of your foot and suddenly the entire dance floor is under your command. And then you see her. The world stops. You can't hear the music anymore. You almost break your neck doing a double take at the woman who's standing near the bar all alone. She's standing near the bar all alone, and something tells you that you absolutely need to get to know her. All you know is that your body starts moving towards her before your brain can think thoughts. She's reeling you in like a fish caught in a hook. Go, Inaya. Everyone always tells you that you have a certain kind of magnetism about you, but it pales in comparison to the appeal this woman has. You absolutely have to know her. Personally, maybe even carnally, if she's okay with it. Consent comes before anything else. She's cute, nervous. You get a look at her as you approach. If you mention how adorable she looks off to the side, keeping to herself, she would probably deny it as a point of honor and says she eats at the salty Splatoon. You know her type. A wallflower, doesn't go out a lot, has a friend that probably dragged her here, insisted they come here together to prove she's not a stick in the mud. Her eyes keep darting around the room like she's afraid she's on a hidden TV show, or the FBI is outside the club waiting to arrest her for accidentally littering. Again, the paranoia in the story. She's totally your type. Okay, Abdi, you still got this. Yeah, we got game. Just because we're divorced don't mean we got game. Don't mean we don't have our game, you know? Once you're properly standing in front of her, you lean down and tap your knuckles against the side of her glass to get her attention. Can I buy you another one? Shit, why did you do that? Touching her glass, getting all in her face like that? That's literally the most unhinged thing you've ever done. You need to abort the mission right now, immediately. Like, exit the bar. They're $12. You can't help but laugh. Alhamdulillah. I'm not gonna, you know? I need to abort the game. She doesn't think you're a total creep. Pretty standard for this part of town. A gin and tonic? You hope you identified the correct spirit lingering on her breath, even though you don't drink alcohol. There's something so, I don't know, enchanting about kissing a woman after she's had a drink or two. Fortunately, she nods. You flag down the bartender and purchase another seltzer concoction for yourself and a gin and tonic for... Fuck, you never got her name. It's okay. You can still recover from this. Once the drinks orders are in and you've taken a steadily breath, you turn your back to face her. I'm Imhari. Inaya. She extends her hand for you to shake, and it's like the second nature for you to return the gesture. Do you, can you tell me your pronouns? Okay, this is a good sign. She isn't a trans misogynist, at least. She or he, just mix it up. You? Oh, she is fine. Do you come here often? She doesn't seem to have heard you. Shit, do you look too much like a mom to hit on women now? Sorry, what? I asked, do you come here often as a joke, you know? But now that I have to repeat it, I'm realizing the only thing more annoying than asking someone if they come here often is joking about whether they come here often. Well, I don't come here often. This is my first time. Are you here alone? Is it possible for you to not sound like a total creep? Is that something you're, you know, capable of doing, Amari? Hello? No, my friends are here. Well, friend. And he has people who are more fun than I am, so... Well, that's his loss. I'm having a great time with you. Yeah, okay. You go. You go, Amari. That was really actually smooth. Do you? Do I what? Come here often? You don't exactly want to tell the truth that you initially came here with your ex-wife before she was your ex, and then you spent the first 6 months after your divorce hopping from lesbian bar to lesbian bar just so you could feel something. But every time you tried to be with the woman who wasn't Noor, you'd end up sobbing for hours while some poor femme tried and failed and comforted you. No, it's better if you leave out the gory details. More often than I probably should. Your drinks arrive a moment later and it hits you that it probably doesn't look great that you're not drinking at all and Inaya is. Let it go. We're gonna try to do the opposite. Okay, hold up for a second. Inaya isn't being weird about the fact that you aren't drinking, so it probably isn't even weird and there's no need for you to make it weird by bringing it up. Besides, it's not like the 2 drinks will have her blacked out, and if they did, well, you can just help her find her friend so she can get home safely. Inaya sips her drink slowly and you can't help but stare at the subtle movement of her lips. Do you want to dance? Do you want to dance? I wouldn't have asked if I didn't want to. This kind of, well, insecurity is usually a turnoff, but you decide not to be a huge bitch about something Inaya is clearly trying to work on. Okay, I guess. Fair warning. I am bad at it. Nobody is actually good at dancing to dance music. That's why it's all rhythm. It's the great equalizer. Are you a musician? No, I just like to dance. Come on. You lead her out to the dance floor. I had to move my chair. Careful to walk with purpose so the crowd makes way without you having to say a word. The ee, the ee, bed squeak noise. That isn't even what this is. Sounds that weave into the drip samples and the vocal cuts of baby making moans found in almost every Jersey City bound cloud production rush through your body like an electrical current. You don't have the fondest memories of your hometown, but house music puts the best of those memories at the forefront of your mind. You remember acting as the designated driver for the handful of gay kids at your high school on the weekends, trying to sneak into innuendo or the TV lounge. You'd blast the stuff in your car at max volume and bust my speakers. You move behind Inaya, giving her the space to either lean against you or do her own thing in your vicinity. Fortunately, she chooses to press into you and you sigh in relief. As you dance, you take note of how she responds to being touched. As into as she seems, you never know how far someone wants to take things until they say out loud. Nor was never particularly into making too much eye contact in public, whereas you have an old flame named Mariella who wasn't happy unless you were practically fingering her on the dance floor. Something tells you that Inaya is more similar to Nora than Mariella in that respect. Your thoughts are interrupted when you notice Inaya talking to some twink you've never met before, and you assume this must be the friend she mentioned earlier. Speaking of friends, you remember Arahai. You do a quick scan of the crowd just to see if he's in the vicinity. No, I don't want to look for him. Come the fuck on, Hamari. Didn't you just go through a whole internal monologue about this being worth doing? There's no way you're letting Arahai cock block you right now when he's all the way on the other side of the room finding comfort at the bottom of a tin can. You turn your attention back to Inaya. She's facing you now, pressed up against you. She's so warm, so soft. Your gaze wanders back to her lips. Inaya moves slowly against you. Your senses are overtaken by her presence. The lingering gin on her breath, the soft curl of her hair. If you don't get this woman alone in the next 10 seconds, you might drop dead. You lean in, tempted to just kiss her right here, right now, but you hold yourself back. Permission is key. Do you want to get out of here? Here? Come on. She's nervous, but she still reaches for your hand before settling on your elbow. You'll find a way to reassure her in good time, but first you need to get her outside. The only problem is that she's leading you further into the crowd? Wait, what are we doing? I'm looking for Alex. I'm gonna tell him not to wait for me. Can't you just text him? Oh yeah. As you say this, you remember to send Arahai a text letting him know that you're leaving and he'll be fine. Hopefully. Alright, so we're gonna try to go to our house and see if anything different happens. Inaya allows you to lead her outside. You take a deep breath once the cool air hits you. Excuse me, I burped. Sorry if you heard that. Did you drive here? You squeeze her hand, not for any reason in particular besides your ever-growing need to get closer to her. Yeah, but we should go to your place. Let's go. Yeah, we can go back to my place if you want. Yeah, we can go back to my place if you want. Yeah, let's go to your place. You lead Inaya back to your car and open the passenger door for her before getting in yourself. Maybe this will work out very nicely. You chat with her as you drive back home, trying to keep things as light as possible. Getting to the point where you felt ready to do this kind of thing was already hard enough. There's no reason to make it harder by oversharing. You pull into your driveway a few minutes later. You take your keys out of the ignition and turn to face Inaya once your seatbelt is off. I mean, didn't she see the car seats in the back of the car? I'm just saying. Or did we give those to Nora? I don't know. I don't know how that situation works. I'm assuming we both have sets of car seats for the boys. So we're here. Yeah, let's go inside. She hastily reaches for her seatbelt, her anxiety radiating from her body. Hey, look at me, okay? You gently rest your hand against the curve of her jaw and lean in, so you whisper against her lips. Can I kiss you? She visibly relaxes as you ask. Please? So you do. You close the distance between the two of you. Yes, putting yourself back out there was an amazing idea. The speed with which you get out of your car and run over to the passenger side so you can open the door for Inaya would put the thirstiest cis man to shame. You shot out there like a bullet and you're not ashamed of it. You thank your past self for cleaning up earlier. There aren't any toys or laundry baskets for either of you to stumble over in the dark. It isn't even that your kids are a secret, it's just that tripping over a set of blocks is a mood killer. Do you need any water? You place soft kisses down the side of her neck as you ask. Oh, yeah, that would be great. I'll be right back. Out of sheer force of habit, you hit play on your answering machine as you walk towards your kitchen. It's pretty old-fashioned to have a landline, but you also really do not want to go through all the effort of canceling it. I feel ya. Oh, my bad. I think I skipped a little bit. Can I go back? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, before canceling it. Oh, okay. Hari, I need to talk to you about your plans for Eid. Alai is hosting at their house, and I'd like to take the kids over. I know it's your weekend, but I don't think you're going to be doing anything more important anyways. Call me if you forget. I'm just going to assume that the answer is yes. Goodbye. A cold sweat washes over you. That was exactly the last thing you wanted to hear, especially with Inaya standing 10 feet away by the front door. You walk back to her, glass of water in hand. So, hi. And here you are worried about our high running your chances with Inaya. I'm sorry about that. No, are you married? Not anymore, I'm not. Look, this wasn't supposed to be about my ex-wife. It was supposed to be about you and me. You walk closer to her. Oh, I won't bring it up again. Thanks. You lean in to kiss her again. Okay, the vibes in your house are absolutely rancid right now. Shit, well... Do you want me to leave? What? No, maybe we should try this again at your place. Look, I think I'm just gonna call an Uber and go to bed. You're great, but I mean, clearly you have some things going on that you don't want to get into with me, and that's fine, but yeah, I'm going to go home. A few minutes later, she's in the car heading back to her place alone. You can't stop thinking about the disappointment in her voice. It echoes through your brain, harmonizing with the tiny ghost of Nora's voice. Both of them are telling you that you fucked up. Call you Tracy Chapman. Alright, well that was a quick little, that was quick. So that didn't turn out very well. Wait, we can go on another date again? No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm just gonna end it here because that was a good point to stop. I just wanted to see what would happen if we did that. So I'm gonna start recording the other one. Thanks, guys.